What's that say? What the hell does that even say?
Don't put brains.
Oh, they tried to bury us, but they didn't realize we were seeds. It's an old quote. I can't remember the book. But, yeah. Yeah, that's vagina. GOP are an enemy of the people. Not the other side, mind you. The other polarized guys, the one that play us the other way, they're fine.
I like the Democrats. How are we going to target Solar City? We're going to target this one.
Right?
Uh-oh.
That looks like an assassin for Ron Paul. Pussy hats everywhere. Oh god, I'm gonna get pepper sprayed. I know how these go down. Have you seen any of these videos whatsoever? Like, if you're not on their side, you get fucking pepper sprayed and beat down. It's kind of amazing. Yeah. Erica, you should go stand in there just because it's funny. Do it for Marty. Just go stand there with your dog. Please?
I said I didn't want to be on video.
Please?
No.
I'll love you forever and ever if you just go stand in there.
Already.
I know.
Why are you still filming me? I said I didn't want to.
What do you think of the pussy hats?
I didn't want to be on video. You're taking away my right as a woman to not be on video.
Yeah, I am. What are you going to do about it? Black Lives Matter on her vagina. What message is that exactly? And white supremacy on her tits. So white guys finish on top, black guys get the bottom shelf? Is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
We should show Maybe's vagina. Black dog vagina.
Maybe. Black Lives Matter. My body, my choice. Women demand equal pay and equal rights.
I'm not even going to go into the fact
Already
that that's been a
got
law
that.
for-
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's already a thing.
Can I just go around being like, that's solved, that's solved, 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 solved? Will either of you please yell? Shouldn't any of you be at work?
Yeah, I personally.
By the way, we're on live videos.
Hey, hey, what's going on, guys? So let me spew my hateful rhetoric. You know, I just find it interesting that I don't know, like, besides the one thing in China where the guy stood in front of the tank. What was that? I'm drawing a blank.
Tiananmen Square.
Tiananmen Square. I was just like,
You're such an
I was
American.
I was like, man, if this was anything about video game history, I'd be on it. But
Right?
actual human history, no. Seriously.
That one time in
What?
NBA Jam.
Yeah, that one time. I'm like, has protesting ever changed anything? My history is, again, I'm seriously
Well, Martin
asking.
Luther King Jr. got shot
By the government.
by the government.
By the
You know, in
government.
1999, they actually admitted to doing that?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
No news coverage of it.
But Malcolm X, you know.
Yep.
So I guess there's been some. But I'm just trying to identify, like, does standing anywhere with the sign actually change anything, or is there actual, like, actions that can be done? Like, when I was broke and unemployed, I didn't just stand on the street corner asking for money, and like I was a little more proactive.
True.
You know, in the solution.
wants me to ask you to go ask one of them to make you a sandwich.
I actually, I said that.
Holy shit! There's a giant vagina. Sorry, Adam. Breaking news. Now or never.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Kitty's got claws. Meow or never, Kitty. Meow or never.
I like it.
So how come you're not out here protesting?
Yeah, I was gonna say she is.
No, but protesting. Shouldn't you be angry at men? Specifically white men like Adam and I who are obviously oppressing you?
You guys are super jerks.
not to fish for reasons to move, but we're gonna get maybe some water because she's black and hairy and a dog and this weather. And,
She needs some water.
yeah. So
I wonder if I can make it through this crowd without dying. I'm gonna find out. Sean, Marty, wish me luck. Hi, girls.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going great. How about for you?
Going well, thank you. What are we here for today? I honestly don't know. I was over there at Ron Paul's talk,
It's
so.
International Women's March.
Okay.
Today.
Awesome.
International Women's Day.
Awesome.
Right.
So what's the premise of that for people that don't know? Because this is live right now. So what's the premise of that
Well,
to you?
to me,
Yeah.
to me, it's about equality. Equality for all.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So what's not equal to you, I guess?
Well, one thing, this is considered, it's a day without women. So women across the country are striking and not participating. Back east, I know they've completely shut down schools.
Gotcha.
So without women, it's a different world, you know? And
I agree, my wife's right over here.
Yep.
And so's my little dog. So.
right. So we just want equal rights, not just for us, but for everybody.
Fair enough.
You know, that's what we're about. So we're about democracy.
Gotcha. And how about you? What brings you out today?
What brings me out today?
Yeah.
My love for my sisters and my brothers.
Fair enough. I like
All
that.
of us here.
Very cool. So love for all. I like that. That's like probably the most positive sign I've seen so far.
Oh, they're
So I like it.
awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome, and tell us
So you're not like just women. You want equality, like everyone.
Right, but I stand with my sisters.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I understand that our rights are always in jeopardy, and our rights are human rights.
Gotcha. Excellent. Well, thank you for talking. I appreciate it. Hi. Can I interview you? Is that okay?
I'm sorry?
Can I interview you? Is that okay? I promise I'm not being like rude or anything along those lines. I'm just kind of asking why you're here, what you're supporting, like to you, what this means, sort of thing.
Women.
Okay.
Women's
What about
rights,
women?
Abortion, Planned Parenthood,
Yep.
the way our president, the rest of the country's president,
Yeah.
speaks and treats women.
Gotcha.
I'm against the immigration ban.
Mm-hmm.
I'm against everything he has done so far. And the health care plan he revealed yesterday sucks big time.
Yeah. Personally, I'm not a big fan of any government like healthcare plan. It doesn't really work out when they try to do it from this like we know better than everybody, right? Like that's where I was here for the Ron Paul speech. He was over here talking, about freedoms and stuff, and I 100% agree that everyone should have freedom.
Absolutely.
Everybody, right? And every time the government tries to like intervene and say, hey, this is good for you, it usually doesn't work out that way, That's my stance on things, but I totally see what you're saying. So
no, I'm against everything that he has said or done.
Gotcha. Did you follow like Trump's life at all before he like ran for president at all?
No, but I have seen him throughout my life.
Yeah. Kind of hard not to, right? He's been everywhere, so.
Human being.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your sign say? What's your sign about? Don't underestimate us. We know more than we say, think more than we speak, and notice more than you realize. Remember, women bring all voters into this world. Oh, awesome. So what does that sign mean to you? Just so that it's...
What that means to me is just because I've never done this before.
Yeah.
And just because I haven't doesn't mean I don't know what's going on. And I'm no longer going to be afraid to speak out.
Good for you. Have a good day. All right, so there we have it, guys. We can see that there are actually some people here that are level-headed. There's others that are obviously crazy and would probably kill me for being here. But we're going to keep on wandering around until we find that. I think what's horrible
I thought that's what we were doing.
we are standing on graves. So keep in mind, everybody here is standing on top of graves, which is kind of shitty, talking about rights and respecting. So, non-human is illegal, and white supremacy, resist. Fair enough. Hi. So, I'm trying not to step on any of these gravestones, because personally, I think it's pretty fucked up that these people are yelling about respect and equality and whatnot, but okay with stepping on graves and desecrating the graves, so I'll try to step over those.
I know, don't step on them.
Right? See, and there was a woman that just agreed. Don't step on them. I agree.
Yeah, and just simply pass them around. We basically have it in with the Democratic Party, so most groups can't say that. So yeah, pass the word. So we will actually be showing up at the Democratic Party national state headquarters. Yeah.
How's it going, man? What's going on?
Pleasure. How you doing, Mom?
Good. So what's this? Can you tell me what you're out here for?
My wife is a working class white woman,
okay,
and she makes 21 cents less on the dollar than her white male counterparts. That's 21% less money out of her paycheck, which is 21% less money out of my total household budget.
Okay.
That's a big deal. I don't make that much money. I need every dime she can make, and the easiest way for me to get a pay raise in that house is to pay her for what she does. Period.
Gotcha.
So as a working class white guy, you should be enraged that some privileged white guy has walked through open doors his entire adult life, who never paid for a college education, is taking that extra 21% and putting it in his pocket. That's what it is. So that's why I'm here today.
Gotcha. That's why you're here today. All right. Fair enough. And so what's the sign? Is this like how much they make type thing?
This is literally from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the real deal.
Gotcha.
And if those numbers don't offend you, then you don't need the money. I need the money, so these numbers offend me.
Gotcha. So, serious question, and I'm
Yeah.
not being offensive at all, so let's take it from that
Yeah,
perspective. What about increasing your own personal value to go out and make more money? Or, and I'm not talking about you personally,
Yeah, right.
but
So-
you or I or a woman or anybody along those lines. So what
do you mean by that?
So, I'm a business owner.
Gotcha.
Okay, but I wasn't handed anything. I was raised completely dirt poor,
Right,
paid
right.
for my own college. I'm actually an immigrant. I came here
Right.
from Canada.
Gotcha.
Nothing was easy. Nothing was
Right,
handed to me.
right, never is.
Everything I've ever earned in this
Right.
life, I've had to go out and increase my value to the world so that I got what I felt I was worth.
Correct.
Do you not
Gotcha.
feel that that is okay? It
Oh,
should- it
yeah,
should
but,
be
but
given,
that's
or-
a different conversation.
Okay.
I'm literally saying you are getting paid. You're getting paid for what you do.
Same job.
But if you
Same
were a
job.
woman, you'd be getting paid less.
Same
If you
job.
were a black woman, you'd be getting paid even less. And
Same
if you're a
job.
brown woman, you'd be getting paid even less.
Same
Okay,
job
so,
that we
so you're.
I
so
agree with what
yeah,
you're saying.
So you're just of the effect that these women should ask for what
If
they
you
deserve, and the
bust your-
people above them or below them or however you perceive a boss or an employer or anything along those lines should give them that.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
shouldn't have a
Yeah,
deduction
and this
simply
has got-
because
that's
of
what he's saying.
genitalia.
Yeah,
Exactly, that's what
and
I'm
this
asking.
is- Yeah. So this has got nothing against, like, well, here's one thing. If your business model is literally your pay, there are industries in this country where their business model is literally based upon paying literally. They go after brown women, Hispanic women, Latino women to clean up motel rooms and the hotel rooms and crap like that, and they go after them solely going after them because they know that they can pay them less because they're hard up for cash.
So-
and there's like business models that are based upon that, and like I come from like. My grandfather used to pick cotton along the Colorado River with migrant black workers and migrant Latino workers.
Yep.
He never thought he was better than any of them, but in the same field picking the same cotton, the blacks and Latinos got paid less than my grandfather because my grandfather was a white Irishman. That's crazy psychotic shit. That's crazy shit.
Right.
So yeah,
But it's a lot of white men that
between
that
you
won't
and me,
do
if you
stuff.
bust ass, you should get compensated for it, regardless of how God made you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's my thing. It's like we were all made in God's image, and if you're not celebrating God's creation, you are denigrating God's creation.
Fair
Period.
enough. Cool, man. Well, I
That's my
appreciate your
take.
time.
No, and like I said, that's an interesting thing though. Like,
Yeah.
if you bust ass, you should get compensated for it. Period.
Yep. I agree, and I think anyone should get the same.
Yeah.
That they're, get what you're worth. To me, that's
Right,
the,
right.
that's the message. I agree. There shouldn't, just because you're a female, if you're asking and doing the exact same job that I'm doing, I don't think that you should get paid less than me. I don't think that that's
And
right.
what it does though, it changes the overall business structure a little bit. But once everything settles out, then just everybody's equal, and who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? There is going to be a little. I mean, but you do. It's like the CEO. The inequity between CEO pay in the '80s is so much greater now than what it was then. So, but my grandmother was a really interesting woman. She was She came here from Ireland in the '40s. She was completely illegal, but her thought process was everybody that came through the World War II generation fought in World War II. Whether you were the CEO at the desk or the shop foreman on the ground floor, they felt like an asshole if they paid you a dog wage. But the baby boomer generation is where you began to see that pay inequity get greater and greater and greater. And why? They didn't have a shared sacrifice.
Okay.
Because the majority of the people that went to Vietnam were a bunch of poor white kids, poor brown kids, and poor black
So
kids.
in your mind, today, right now, what could be a shared sacrifice that everybody could pick up, just like in World War II, where they had a cause that we had a shared sacrifice? What's something today that we could do?
There is, and I think that's what's clever about humanity. It's not a shared sacrifice. That's like the low-hanging fruit. It's not about a shared sacrifice anymore. It's literally about we got to recognize each other now.
It's almost like the.
I think
I think that people.
Do you mind if I film? Is that okay?
Okay. I think people need to get together outside of politics, because once we all get together, it's not all that fighting and bickering and BS.
And when we separate and say, well, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm a woman, I'm a man, that's when we fight. But then when you meet together and you realize, why are we fighting again? What, you know, you want equal wages, I want equal wages.
It's a love fest.
Right, it's a love fest, right?
You
So,
know, and back-
and
back-
I don't
yeah.
have a problem with you making the same amount as me. You shouldn't have a problem with making.
Right.
But some people do, and I think some people make money off of us doing that,
Right,
and off of us
absolutely.
fighting, off of us
And
separating,
they've been
off of us
doing that-
saying those are those people.
Right.
This us versus them. It's a lot of things to gain, not just money. It's a lot of things to gain from having us separate
Correct.
and fight. If everybody said, sorry about that, screw the government, screw the leaders, I think we'd be
Feel
a lot
free to
better
say anything you want. So my
No.
my moniker, also known as, is the abrasive entrepreneur.
Oh, okay.
So you can say whatever you want to my audience. You don't have to filter it. Feel free.
All right.
Because like I come from an Irish Catholic background. The Irish Catholics the Irish Catholics were targeted by the KKK because the Irish Catholics got with the Italian Catholics and they tried to unionize in some of the factories in like New York, New Jersey, and stuff like that. The factory bosses would grab the KKK and throw them at the Irish and the Italians to bust them up. And then the KKK went after, obviously they went after blacks. They go after everything. Like racism and sexism, it only hurts working class people, whether you're working class black, brown, or white.
Right.
And like, I'm on the top of the heap for my neighborhood.
Right.
But my life sucks.
And
I
your,
work
but your
60 hours a week and I make a dog
grandparents
shit
didn't,
wage.
because a long time ago the Irish was at the bottom,
Absolutely.
and then
absolutely.
they've graduated.
And they were at the bottom because they were put there by the English. The Irish understand colonialism.
So we need to have another war with the English, is what this is getting
Fuck
done.
yes.
But you know what? Every time we have a common
You got
enemy,
Irish in you too.
right? Every time we have a common enemy, we're stronger. When the towers fell, I just went and came across a button that I had from when towers fell, and it was all, you know, we are one, you know, and it was we were American.
So quick interjection there. What do you think changed that? Why did we go from being unified when that happened to where we are now? And not blaming a person, but what do you think the fundamental change was in the mindset of Americans to change that and to separate us again?
I think the same thing that kind of separates a lot of us, I hate to say that, and them, is when we start meeting the enemy and knowing the enemy as people. Then it's hard to hate them.
Yep.
Right.
And I think that when you start saying, well, not always, and then you can't have that conversation. When it first happened, it was like, oh, kill them all. I mean, I'm an Army vet. I'm a war vet. You know, I was in Desert Storm.
Thank you.
And I wanted to literally make another ocean over there. I did. I wanted to just blow a hole in it.
Right.
I could care less. They hate us anyway.
Yep.
What's the big deal?
Right.
But then you start meeting these people. And the people that ran from the same country we want to run from, that were trying to come over here for freedom, that were being persecuted over there, and you say, oh, so you don't like them either. Oh, so it is a difference because you don't see them as being different. Even when I was over there and it was the Saudis, I was like, I don't know the difference, so kill them all, you know, which is bad. So when we start,
So when you had that realization that, holy shit, that's in my brain, what did that do to you?
wait, the fact that I
Like,
want
how
to
did
kill them all?
that? Yeah, how did that
Okay.
make you feel when you finally realized, holy shit?
When it was
I'm
wrong,
thinking
when
I just want to kill them all.
Wrong, or
Yes, when you realized that it was wrong.
When I realized it was wrong, I felt evil. I felt like Hitler, you know, and it was almost like shame on me.
Fair enough.
And I didn't want to say it out loud anymore because I did. And when I was over there, everybody thought like me, as I did, you know. So it was easy to say it, just like over here when you find people who think like you and hate, then it's okay. When I was over there, like, I don't know, we just kill everybody. What's the difference in the Sunnis and the, you know, Shia? And it was just like, just start over. Let's just wash them. And it was like, oh my God, that sounds like Hitler. So, but you don't realize that because you want revenge. And I think once you get out of that, you know, once I came back, it took a long time. And I started meeting people, Iraqis, and, you know, really I thought Iraqis were the enemy back then. Now it's a whole bunch. But back then it was just the Iraqis, and I started meeting them, and it was like, I wanted to kill you and your family. You know what I mean? It was that thought process. Even I was a medic, and I had patients that were fighting us, and I had to vow not to hurt anybody.
You got an interesting story.
So I had one of them talking to me. One of them was my patient, and he was running from Saddam back then. That was the enemy.
Yep.
And which he was kind of keeping things under control, but we won't go there. But anyway, and he was saying how he hated Saddam and how they were running from fight. They had to fight, and he was living off grass, shrubs, and things like that. And so he surrendered to get help, to eat, to get water, and it made me feel sorry for him, not for the country.
You saw an individual instead of the common enemy.
And I didn't, and I think that's how some people say, oh, those blacks make me so mad, but not you. You're not one of them. I was saying that.
Oh, you're so different.
Right.
Bullshit.
I felt like that.
And that's actually the answer to your question. Is when you actually interact with people, that's when the wall falls down. Because like, I can literally have a conversation, because I used to haul diesel to like dairy farms in rural Arizona. I could have a conversation with a rural white dairy farmer who's been in that land for 100 years, and him and I could completely agree on immigration, on funding public schools.
Yeah.
Like, there's a ton of things you actually agree with when the person's in front of your face. And the beauty of Obama could walk into a rural community full of old white people. He saw his grandparents, and he was completely at home.
Right.
That was a one-off. We're not gonna get that again in American history as a presidential candidate.
Right.
But somebody who can literally go back and forth between the.
And he knew. He said his grandparents were racist.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so he knew how to survive in that environment. And he knew the buzzwords.
Right.
He knew all that. And then he knew they love me, but they don't love people who look like me. So it was like, so he had to learn how to survive. And that's what I was doing with the Iraqi soldier.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna take care of you. Oh, here's some. Oh, we're gonna. You poor thing out there suffering, but I'm gonna kill all your friends. I'm gonna kill all your neighbors. I have no mercy, and I had no mercy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at any moment he moved wrong, I was gonna kill him. But it was that moment of you're human. It's almost like I humanized him, and then it was like, shame on him.
Yeah, but you know what though? You're not the one that dehumanized him in the first place.
Right.
That dehumanization was done for you, and you walked into an infrastructure where the enemy was already dehumanized.
And was selected for.
All right, you guys. I'm going to go interview some more folks. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you for your service.
And that's how you keep it.
Excuse me.
Otherwise,
thanks for the talk, man.
They keep coming around and telling us to just check this down.
Let's see here. Let's find one of these tickets. Let's see. Trying to find a dude in one of the hats. There he is. Perfect. Pardon me.
I think they ought to put Trump in.
Hi there, sir. Do you mind if I interview you? Is that okay? I'm on a live stream right here, just walking around. I'm not trying to cause any sort of trouble or anything.
Are you a network?
No, I'm not. But I do have a following, so we've got a bunch of people watching live on Facebook right now. So, basically, I just like to ask, what brings you out here? Why are you here personally? Not why is everybody here? Why are you here?
I think that this is what it's going to take to get Trump shut down. I think he's going to ruin the country.
Why do you think that?
Because he is taking away our civil liberties and our constitutional rights, and we can't put up with it.
So, which civil liberties has he taken away?
He's trying to take away the ability to protest.
Okay, how so? I'm not familiar with that. So,
and this Arizona state government is trying to do that also.
Okay.
How do we make the clock go fast?
And we just can't have it. We just can't tolerate it. We need to shut him down. He's taking away our help for the poor people. More of the money is flowing from the bottom to the top.
She showed me on her computer,
Like in the healthcare.
azleg.gov.
And probably in taxes as well.
There's a drop-down legislative.
And I just think that we need to get him. We need to try to get him shut down, or at least push back before he does more damage.
Gotcha. So what's the hat? I gotta ask. You're wearing a pink hat. It's got 2 points.
Pussy hat.
Okay, so what's that?
Trump talked about women's pussies, and so this is a sign of that. You see several of them here.
Okay, so a sign for what? That he talked about pussies?
Yes.
Okay.
That he disrespected women.
Gotcha. And so what does the hat do for that? I'm just trying to understand.
It just reminds people of what we have in the White House.
Fair enough.
And that may not be what your people want to hear, but they need to hear it.
It's not a matter of what my people want to hear.
Good.
You have no idea what my people want to hear.
No, I don't, but I want them. They need to hear some of these things because some of them are not seeing it.
Okay, so what's the strongest point that you want people to take home today? If you could tell everybody that's watching.
We need to vote the Republicans out of Congress in the next election.
Okay. Why the Republicans? Are just the Republicans bad guys?
Yeah, right now, yes. Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Fair enough. Have you been a lifelong Democrat?
Yes.
Gotcha. Were you born and raised here in Phoenix, or did you move here? Where did you come from?
Tennessee.
Tennessee? Fair enough. Where about? I was just over there, actually.
Near Memphis.
Okay. Fair enough. That's a very beautiful place.
We need to get him out. But first, we Congress. We need to shift some votes.
Gotcha.
And
how do you plan on doing that?
I think this is a step.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that I'm old. I was old enough to remember the Vietnam and the civil rights movements in the '60s, and it took activism to get those things to change. Just being nice about it wasn't going to do it. I am convinced that we would still be in Vietnam if it hadn't been for the student protests. There was too much money on the other side, too much false pride. People had to do it, and they had to be strident. Civil rights, I'm from the South. I grew up with segregation, and I don't care what anybody says, it wasn't going to change. Not in the next 200 or 300 years.
Yeah.
It took that to get it done.
Gotcha.
And I see signs of that this time.
So what's the outcome you're looking for then? Other than getting the Republicans out of Congress, okay, I get that. Then what? What does that accomplish?
I want to get a health care system that we had and improve that one instead of destroying it, which is what they're trying to do. I want a more fair tax code so that the rich people are taxed and corporations are taxed. I want us to stop saber rattling with the foreign government so we don't get into another war. I'm a veteran, by the way. I don't.
Thank you for your service. I appreciate that.
I don't want to get back in there.
Yeah.
You don't.
Which branch?
The Army. Don't want to go back. There are lots of things. He's wanting to cut out the National Endowment for the Arts. I'm a musician, a professional musician. He wants to cut out the National Endowment for the Humanities. I've done work for them as a scholar. You can't do this. This is not good for anybody. And I don't know exactly. And this morning it came out. He wants to cut out he wants to roll back the Endangered Species Act. That saved the bald eagles, the manatees. I mean, we don't need to do that. There are lots of things.
Gotcha.
Almost every day you wake up and there's something new.
Yeah.
And he's destroying the credibility of the office.
How so?
By telling lies all the time, and the foreign governments know it.
So what sort of lies?
You name it. Just get up and watch in the morning. For one thing, that Obama bugged his phones. Obama didn't bug his phones. And
but the New York Times released that they did.
No, they did not.
Yes, they
did
did
not. And their reporters are saying that he did not. And there's no reason for him to do that. He's got too much to lose. If he got caught, he'd go to jail.
Okay.
He did not do it.
So why do you think Obama is still in Washington?
Because that's where his family lives. That's where he lives. He's got one daughter still in school, and I think that's why he's still there. I don't think he's a conspiracist.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, that is nuts.
All right, well, thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Awesome.
So look at all these people that are
asking for equality and respect, but they're standing on tombstones, including this veteran right here. That was all about respect. But it's okay to stand on the tombs, on the graves of, I would imagine, important people. I don't know who they are, but they're like 20-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 23-year-olds, 27-year-olds, 8-year-olds, etc. And that's somehow okay. So I tried to be as fair as I could in all of this, but yeah, hopefully you guys got to see a little bit of what's going on in these rallies today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that.